Hey guys, the Fire Brothers here. It's just me, my brother couldn't be here today, as always, because he owes my waifu money on top of the rent he has to pay and he's trying to figure out how to pay for all of it. Yeah, you guys might think it's mean to, charge my brother for rent, but he barely does anything. Like, I do all the work. Like, at least all of these guys help me in some way, but he does nothing. Aside from that one cameo appearance in that one video for last month, but other than that, he does nothing because he's lazy, and that's the only explanation you need. Today I'm doing the last Sideswipe related video ever on this channel. I'm still gonna talk about Sideswipe, but if I'm gonna talk about him, it's not gonna be in regards to whether he's alive or not. This is like the last video I'm gonna do on him, because to be fair, I think this video kind of concludes his story and what happens to him at the end. Because there's some people that still like saying he's alive, or some people are saying he's dead. In this video, I'm just gonna, get all over with. This is gonna be the last video I'm gonna make on my channel talking about this specific subject. If you talk about Sideswipe again, it will be on my Versus series that I plan on doing. I did one for Barricade and RC, so if you haven't checked that out, there's gonna be a link in the description down below and in the comments down below. I'm gonna have that pinned. Also at the end of this video. Shameless of plugging aside, we can now move on to the actual video. The last Sideswipe video on this channel. I have some new Sideswipe info, and it's not anything official, but it's something that the fans have come up with themselves. And it's actually something that they have figured out or like realized by themselves. Now, the people on my Discord, links in the description down below as well. If you want to join, just need to be 13 plus. Have sent me this GIF. Now, in this GIF, we can see like what is supposed to be the scene where the DINOBOT'S find out that Sleuth and Ratchet had, bite the dust, and Kid is just showing them the drone footage, telling them that the KSI and Cemetery Wind are working together, and that there's like, a conspiracy or something going on there. Now, in this GIF, you can see that there's an image of what people assume to be a transformer. Now, people have been saying this is Sideswipe. As you can see on the second image, the layout does match. You have that long arm that looks like a blade, the wheels. It kind of looks a lot like Sideswipe. You gotta admit, it does look like him. The way the legs move also looks like him because, Sideswipe doesn't like, walk normally. Like, he has the wheels for legs. There's all characters with wheels for legs in the Bayverse, now that I think about it. He kind of just ice skates every time he walks. Because, he doesn't really need to raise his legs to move forward. He can just, move forward by just skating because wheel for legs. So anyways, people have been telling me on the Discord that, hey look, Sideswipe is alive, or Sideswipe is dead, he's being hunted by Cemetery Wind, or oh wow, he could have probably gotten away. This has gotten so bad that even on the TF Wiki there's people editing the Sideswipe section, or the Age of Extinction section, saying, oh, in Age of Extinction you can clearly see Sideswipe being chased down by Cemetery Wind. Now, what do I think about this? Well, people have sent me this GIF, and the GIF really does make it look like Sideswipe is there. And yeah, I was also thinking initially, oh wow, I can't believe we never caught this, Sideswipe is really there. But then I looked at the whole Autobots reunite scene from Transformers Age of Extinction, and when you play that scene again, you can actually see before, that scene plays out. You can see this still of Ratchet being surrounded by Cemetery Wind. And after that, like, because, the footage is distorted and stuff, we get this huge flash of light. And when that happens, we get like the small scene where you think you can see Sideswipe, but in reality that's just Ratchet being shot down, because as soon as that's over, you get this footage of, Ratchet, back on his feet and fighting. Remember that the drone footage that they see is not in order. It doesn't like show the entire scene from beginning to end. The footage here starts with basically the drone catching Cemetery Wind landing the first blow on Ratchet. After that, it cuts to the point where, Ratchet is surrounded, and it cuts back to when Ratchet's back on his feet and he gets shot down again. Basically, the footage is not in order. It interludes from one scene to another, from one point in the fight to another point. It doesn't even capture the end. Like, right after that scene, we see Sleuth, and he's, suddenly getting shot by Cemetery Wind. We don't really see how the fight started, how it ended, because after that, Kate basically tells us what happens, like, it's off screen. So, is that Sideswipe? I'm gonna say it could be, but the footage is not in order. Like, at least we saw after the Ratchet clip, we saw the left clip. I don't think the drone just got this small scene of Sideswipe. Like, after, you know, we saw Ratchet being shot down, then we get this small scene from this other operation of, you know, Cemetery Wing hunting Sideswipe. I don't think that's the case. I think what's happening here is an illusion of the eye. You think you see Sideswipe, but in reality, that's actually just Ratchet falling down. The static makes it look very hard, it's hard to tell. But that's not Sideswipe. Now, that's not the end of this here. So I mentioned this before, and people still don't like to consider it as canon, but the last official thing that we heard about Sideswipe, besides the Transformers tournament, the movie tournament where people could decide who was their favorite character, was the Age of Extinction Topps European collector cards. In those cards, it tells us specifically that Sideswipe was hunted down and killed by Cemetery Wing. Optimus Prime and the reunited Autobots Bumblebee, Hunter F, and Crossers later learn of his death by at the KSI drone captured by Kate Yeager and mourn him. Now let's pretend for a second that the drone footage here is real. That means Sideswipe is dead either way, there's no way he got away from that. Also, if Sideswipe was still alive, we could have at least seen a cameo from him in The Last Night. I mean, The Last Night brought back Topspin, brought back Brains. We know, well, no, I mean, really. We know Brains still alive out there somewhere because Age of Extinction. It also told us that Left Foot and Ratchet bite the dust, with Roadbuster, Sideswipe, and Mirage being the only three Autobots that we don't really know what their fate is. In The Last Night, they brought back, you know, certain scenes or certain, you know, places or characters from previous Transformers movies. We got Simon's returning, we got Topspin's return, we saw the Egypt pyramids again. We saw a lot of stuff, but we never saw Mirage, we never saw Roadbuster. Well, some people say they saw Roadbuster, but that's still confirmed. We even saw JOLT'S head, or what it looks like to be JOLT'S head. It could not be JOLT'S head, you know, who knows. If they were not shown by the point of The Last Night, then these guys are not coming back. Like, they're done. If they're not coming back, it's because they're dead. Secondly, the only two Autobots that we know for sure got killed by Cemetery Wing were Ratchet and Left Foot, but there's still three other Autobots that could have been hunted down. Now, when Optimus Prime says they were my friends when confronting KSI directly, I don't think he just mentioned Ratchet, you know, and Left Foot. I think he knows that there's more Autobots out there, because it doesn't really make sense for, you know, Cemetery Wing to just hunt down two Autobots. I mean, they also hunted down Decepticons, but I feel like more Autobots probably bite the dust. Also, the collector cards were approved by Hasbro, so whether you want to consider this canon or not, this is what Hasbro officially approved. Like, Hasbro needs to approve on the characters. Like, the movies, they decide, you know, what characters are we gonna use, what characters do we want to see. Like, we learned in that previous video I did, where, you know, I talked about Ratchet's original Age of Extinction death. In that video, I explained that they wanted to see Galvatron, they wanted, you know, Decepticons to still be around there and stuff like that. Like, Hasbro still has a say on what makes it into the movies and what doesn't make it into the movies. And they even have more control when it comes to merchandise, toys, cards, backpacks, like Rubik's cubes, all that dumb stuff. And after that, you also have to consider the fact that, well, the movies have been rebooted, okay? Even if, let's say, Sideswipe was alive and they had plans to bring him back for Transformers 7 or 8, with the reboot, the Bay movies end at Transformers The Last Night. Any Autobot or Decepticon that we don't see by that movie or by the end of the movie is officially considered dead, because they're never gonna come back. So in one way or another, Sideswipe is actually officially dead. You're never gonna see him again in the Bayverse, because the Bayverse is not a thing anymore. The European top collector cards basically tell us that he died off screen, so this was definitely planned but wasn't shown. And if he didn't come back for Age of Extinction at The Last Night, what makes you think that he's still alive out there? The only character in the whole of the Bayverse that skipped out on a few movies and just came back out of nowhere all of a sudden in a future movie is Barricade, somehow. All of the other Transformers, after the movie they last appear in, they never come back. Well, with the exception of Wheelie, I guess, you could also say him, but Wheelie and Barricade are the only exceptions. Before we go, shout out to our patrons, Maurice Prime. He has gained access to the Scout tier, and therefore he's entitled to a shout out from me. If you guys want to donate to my Patreon, links in the description down below. If you do so, you can get a shout out to your channel, you can do a collab with me, request your own videos, get special roles on my Discord, and stuff like that. Thank you Marius Prime for donating, and shout out to his channel. Link to it is going to be in the description down below as always, and go check him out, he needs all the help he can get. And if you want to shout out yourself, all you need to do is donate to my Patreon. So yeah, it's a pretty good deal. But keep in mind we don't force anyone. But yeah guys, even if Sideswipe was still out there, you're never gonna see him again. So technically by default and the way the movie franchises work, Sideswipe is officially dead. Unless they want to continue the Bayverse story in like say an IDW comic. If they continue the story in a comic, Sideswipe can definitely come back, but you're never gonna see him on the big screen. And then again, when it comes to comics, some people don't really consider them to be canon or not, so either you think that the comics are not canon, Sideswipe comes back in a comic and Sideswipe's still dead, or you think the comics are canon and Sideswipe comes back and he's still alive. He could still be brought back, but only in comic format. And even then, I don't think Hasbro has much interest to continue the whole Bayverse stuff, because right now they're just moving forward with the reboot, which it's probably for the best. But yeah guys, as of August 24th, 2019, Sideswipe is officially dead. The European collector cards confirm this, the movies allude to this, and the reboot pretty much just, it's the nail on the coffin for Sideswipe. You're never gonna see him again. And this is also the last video I'm gonna make on the subject, because to be fair, I think it's pretty clear by now what happened to Sideswipe and what's gonna become of him in the future. He just doesn't have a future because it's over for him. Well guys, that's it for this video. I'm sorry I couldn't give you any, brighter news that Sideswipe is still out there. Sideswipe is honestly one of my favorite characters in the Bayverse. I think he had one of the better designs out there, and the fans really liked him a lot. But sadly, since Barricade won the Transformers, live action favorite character tournament thing, Hasbro is giving the spotlight to him. So Barricade rises and Sideswipe falls, so it kinda sucks for him. Barricade moves on to Cyberverse and stuff, and Sideswipe basically gets reset back to his G1 self. If we do see Sideswipe again, it's not gonna be the same Sideswipe from the Bayverse. It's gonna be a new G1 more focused Sideswipe. Something more like we saw in the Follow Cybertron game. If Sideswipe comes back, you can bet that he's gonna look more like that than his movie counterpart. Anyways guys, that's it for this video. Hopefully y'all enjoy. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have your own opinion or theory or whatever you want to talk or whatever you want to say on the subject, whether you think Sideswipe is alive or not, feel free to mention it in the comments down below. So yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.